All right, we're about to have some fun here as we bring in really a guy I've known forever and is a really good guy, world champion, pitched the perfect game. David Wells in from California to play in this tournament, and he joins us now. David, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Now, so many people over the weekend asked me, because I did the game with David over the weekend, and he said that he was going to hang out with you for 2 nights.
Right.
They weren't sure he was going to make it. Mike, you're the bad influence on him, so how did it go?
It went great. Yeah, we're vertical. Vertical and able to speak.
Can you still do it like you did it when you were 30?
I mean, what are you insinuating
can you still
here?
have fun?
I always have fun.
Yeah?
No, but no. You
Is
just
it a different fun?
You pick your spots. Yeah, it is. They last too long. No. If you have a good one, it lasts too long. But no, it's we're moderation. We just sometimes it just depends on the moment. But first night I had a good dinner, and he had to work the game with you.
That's right.
So you tell me, how was he?
He was great.
He
really was great, and he was responsible. That's why he left early.
Yeah.
That's a different David. I think about midnight, right?
Yeah. Well, he did.
I mean, they were just getting started in the old days at midnight.
He did. My fangs come out after midnight. So
now you became a coach, right? High school coach.
Yes.
How'd that go for you?
It went well. We lost in the third round of the playoffs, but just a good bunch of kids. It's
your
fun.
old high school.
Yeah,
Point Loma.
Yeah. So Don Larson's alma mater as well. But to go out there every day. Have a program. It's just like spring training. You go there, you get the work in, get the guys, they're BP, they're infield, outfield, just doing all this stuff. I'm, endless with the bullpens with the guys throwing them. Everybody thinks they're pitchers now, so it's like, oh boy, I got 30 bullpens a day, and it kind of wears on you, but. It's fun to me, and just to see the progression that these kids do. You just tweak them just a little bit, and and the response that you get, it's probably like the coaches that coached us. Mm-hmm. You do something, just a little tweak, like Mel Stoudemire would do, or any other pitching coach that I had, and it was something that, wow, you got it, and then you feel good because you changed them, and now the kid's throwing strikes. Mm-hmm. And that's basically what it is.
Now, everybody's got theories on how to keep these kids from getting Tommy John surgery, and feeling as well, we got to deal with them when they're younger. I mean, you're dealing with high school kids, so do you treat them any differently? Do you have a theory on how to keep them healthy throughout their career?
Yeah, I yell at the parents and tell them, give them some rest time, because they're playing all year round. You got the summer ball, which is fine, but then you have all these showcases, and and all these coaches in these showcases are telling these parents how good their kids are. Mm-hmm. So now they're in every one that they can possibly get in up until like November, and the body needs rest. And when the season was over, I didn't pick a ball up until usually first day of camp. So I got my rest with my arm, and and I just did my long toss program. But that's what I get them on. Just a good ritual of long toss during the week and all that. But with these kids, I tell them time and time again, I don't care if you're position players and you do it. But pitchers, you need rest. But that's where these kids are, they're blowing themselves out. But it's like the Tommy John's, it's like getting a root canal or a filling, because then you come back better. Your tooth is better, and then they've mastered it so much to where these kids are throwing harder.
Now, the interesting part to me about you being a high school coach, I mean, you were not a guy who loved authority. Now you're authority.
Right.
So are you a disciplinarian? Or are you the guy that you didn't like?
I don't yell. I'm not one of those guys. I just, the kids do that. I just point to the outfield.
He's have to run.
Yeah, and that's what I did, because when I was, minor leagues and all that, we did something we weren't supposed to do. We would pay for it, and that's all we do is run. I'm not in your face, yelling type of coach. I understand it. So, I'm a little lenient on the pitchers, because I don't want them standing out there, especially in BP. They get their running in, and they're standing out there, and you got this breeze like we have now. I don't want them to tighten up. Go home, do something, or find something productive. But don't just stand around and do that.
Can you get anywhere close to the same rush winning a game as a coach as you did as a player?
Yeah, we had a few walk-offs against some of the top teams in the county, and to me, just the excitement, and then with me, Michael, with umpires, man, I can't stand the suckers, and just sitting there, because I know the strike zone, and these umpires are so bad in high school. It's just like, and if I get thrown out, it's a 3-game suspension and anger management, and it's just like, and we don't have, we don't have a chance is basically what it is. So you really got to be careful in what you say.
Oh,
so
I'd love to see you in anger management.
Oh, yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, that would be unbelievable.
So how much of the good stuff do you share with them, David? How much of the good stories, the real stories, do you share with your players?
I share every clean story I could possibly tell them. But, I teach them the game is basically what it is. I teach them to have fun, know when to turn it on, know when to turn it off, know when to be serious. But, you share some good stories about, whatever it's a flight that we do or, but I told them back, in 98 when, every city we went into, we got in early, we all went out together as a team. And we were at some restaurant. There would be 15, 20 of us, and it was great. And then guys would just disperse wherever you go home or you went out or whatever it was. But, you talk about the game because now I walked into clubhouses now, guys got headphones on. They're not accessible to the media, and we were there. Guys would hang out after the game for a couple hours, have a couple beers, and now you can't even do that. So, it's changed. But, I tell these guys, have fun. Get your work in, and nobody can fault you for that. You can't be punished, and then have your fun, but just know when to turn it on and turn it off. It's great, and I love it.
What do you think of this Yankee team? I know you watch them from afar.
Right.
Do you like it?
I do, but I don't understand, and it's just not the Yankees, but any team in baseball, it's like these guys don't have an opportunity to get out of trouble. Starting pitchers, it's 100 pitch, and it really bothers me because of the fact that old school guy, and even before me, Nolan Ryan and Bob Gibson and all these guys, they just every 3-4 days they pitch, and they went out there and they pitched, and they threw 130, 140 pitches. And there wasn't a whole lot of injuries back then, and now you're seeing all these injuries. But you got these kids that are coming in the bullpen at 7th, 8th inning, nibbling. And they're all throwing 98, 100.
Every one of them.
And they're nibbling, and I don't understand it. Learn how to establish strike a little fear in the hitters, and and pitch accordingly.
I also think these managers are sometimes scared. They got their closer, right? They got their pitchers that they got to get in. It's become such a specialty game. They probably feel the pressure of doing something.
Well, there's sabermetrics for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good to see you, man. You look great.
Yeah, really.
I'm enjoying it. I love coming to New York, obviously, and if I could just find somebody in San Diego to buy my house, so I could buy a place in Manhattan, then I'll wear it out again eventually.
You could get guys out right now, right? If you had to get an inning, right now, just plopped you into a game tomorrow, could you get out of an inning?
No, I need surgery. I'm getting it in September. I blew out my rotator and labrum again,
Wow.
So it's been about a year and a half of fighting it, and finally I'm going to go in September and get it. And because I had fun in spring training with the Yankees, going down there throwing BP. I had the last group, and I missed that. Now I can't do it with the kids, so I'm going to get the surgery done and go back out and rehab it to where I can throw, and then maybe think about it. You know me. There's a will, there's a way. I'll figure it out.
And that left hand is important.
Yes.
David, great to see you, man.
Thank you, Michael.